We're now going to leave Dobcross Halt. We're going to follow the track that this train is taking now, and we're going to make our way up the incline into Delph. Now, it may look just a little bit different than it did in these days. This is way back. I'm sure you can imagine what it used to be like though in the old days. So that line actually made a gradient from here, 1 in 368 I think it was, up into Delph. The gradient from here was actually 1 in 358, and this was the bridge that used to feed Bank Mill, and Bank Mill was located down by this deep in mud where these new houses have been built. There was actually a siding somewhere around here as well that fed the mill. So, quite a quaint little bridge. Bridge number 3 that. Bridge number 4 follows quite quickly I think. I like to see these sleepers get reused, particularly with a railway. And here we go, this is bridge number 4 now. Another nicely constructed bridge. This overbridge carries Mount Lane. I get nostalgic now because I can just imagine the train going through here. Always fascinating, isn't it? I'm not doing the sounds. This is one route that I don't frequent that often. I normally turn off where we just passed now, before that bridge. I think this was bridge number 5 because it spans a brook. Wall Hill Brook it's called. I can hear water running. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, there it is, look. There's the brook. So that's bridge number 5. And coming up next is bridge number 6. This building was quite significant. I've always wondered, I walked past it many times and I've now done some research on it, and this is the former offices of the Bankfield Mill. Now the Bankfield Mill had a siding from the Delph Donkey, and the mill was in this position over here, but obviously it's well gone now. So that's the significance of this building. Quite an imposing building it is too. The sidings are hardly discernible now though, due to nature taking back what it owns, and it always will, won't it? Eventually it'll go back to nature, won't it? Quite an imposing building though, isn't it? See the old taking in door there. I guess there was a winch there at one time. Anyway, we move on. This bridge carries Wall Hill Road over the line. Another nicely constructed bridge, and again it's on a skew. Lots of these are on a skew. And this is the bridge in its full glory from the other side. So that's the one that carries Wall Hill Road over the railway. This snaky curvy line is looking through, and you can see Measurements Mill in the distance. This is the mill that they built Measurements Halt for, so that the workers could get off and go to work and return home from work from that particular halt. As I explained earlier, this is relatively new ground to me. I've done it before, long time ago, but I'm going back 20 years or so. So it's relatively new to me at this time. The next bridge coming up will be bridge number 7. It's a nice peaceful part of the line here. Apart from the odd plane going over. I'm not sure where the next bridge is, but hopefully it'll appear soon. That could be it appearing in the distance. Maybe not, maybe this is it now. Haha. What is this? I don't know whether this classifies as a bridge or not. Apparently it was a ramshackled affair, a spindly wooden built bridge, not as substantial as all the other ones that we've seen. Oh no, maybe this is it coming up now. Well, this little bridge can be viewed on the photos of Measurements Halt. And here is a sign of measurements. It tells you that the halt was constructed in 1932. And there was a measurements mill just across the road. This station was unstaffed, so it was just a little halt. And I guess it's like a bus now, you put your hand out if you want it to stop. But there was the road down, and this was the location of the platform. It's similar to the one at Dobcross Halt, if you notice. And then there's a little road down there, takes you across the road, and the mill was over on the other side of the road there. So this was the site of Measurements Halt. Here's a 1950s view of a train heading towards Delph at Measurements Halt. Here's a photograph of a train pulling into Measurements Halt. This is heading towards Delph. This is another view of Measurements Halt. This time the saddle tank is 40057 and it's just making its way into Measurements Halt. Moving on from Measurements Halt now, we work our way along to what I'm going to class as the crown jewels, Delph Station. It really is worth seeing. So this is the Tame water cutting, and you can hear the water there below. Oh, you can actually see a little waterfall there. See that? So this was the bridge that we're talking about, bridge number 7, and there are a few wooden remnants remaining there. This is 1 mile from Delph Junction signal box, and actually this was the scene of an accident in 1888. So we'll move on from this and make our way along to the next bridge now. Oh, it's coming up very quickly. In fact, I can see it in the distance now. This is bridge number 8. This carries Nar Lane across the branch line here. This was not built till 1893. The giveaway there is the use of the girder. Got an iron girder there as well as stone. So this was built later, and it was built actually to replace a level crossing. Apparently had a lot of complaints and a lot of accidents with the level crossing, so pressure was put on the railway company and they had to set a new standard and they had to build a bridge there. I think it's quite nice construction as well, isn't it? Let's take a look at it from this side. Apologies about the sun. I'll try and get in the shade here. I do have a lot of affection for railway bridges, as you may have worked out. I love everything about them. Leaving bridge number 8, we work our way along. This is the main road down here, which runs parallel with the line, and I may have to go down there later. I don't think I can get all the way through on this particular branch line. I think it's blocked off further down the line, coming up towards the pot of gold which lies at the end of this line. We've got a nice gentle curve around to the right now. Hopefully they may have put a plaque there like they did with Dobcross station. I hope they did. It's a beautiful day anyway, beautiful day for a walk. Just a little small cutting we're going through now. Got a little stone retaining wall on the side there. What an idyllic line this would have been to traverse. I'm not actually sure whether this is station related or not, so all will be revealed when we get on a bit further. If there's no station down here, then this must have been it. We can but hope. Still working my way along here. Looks like this was blocked off at one time. Anyway, we shall continue. That's an old building. I'm wondering whether that's part of the Bailey Mill that was burnt down. And that means Delph Station is coming up very soon. A little bit muddy around here. Just going to take a little detour, but you can see there, I'm pretty sure that was the Bailey Mill. That means the station's just down here, and that is what I'm talking about, the pot of gold at the end. You'll see when we get there. And before I get to the end of this and go and view the remarkable station, there's just one thing left to do. Time for some nosh. So I'm going to get out my trusty, when I get it, hard to do with one hand. Look what I've got. Delicious pork pie. Look at that. These are the best pork pies you can get. They come from a butcher's shop in Marsden. Oh, you never know, I might be sponsored by them one day. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this now before I move on. Well, the line comes to an end here. So we did see Measurements Halt then, must have been where I said it was. So I've got to come down onto the main road here now to complete this. This would have actually been the line in the old days. And I think this road is called Station Approach or something. Just go and take a quick look and confirm. Confirmed, this is Station Approach, and obviously all these houses were new, are new. That was the famous Bailey Mill, and it got burnt down some years ago. I believe it was arson. I don't mean Arsene Wenger, I mean it was arson. So the line came into the station, and there was a goods yard and subsequent buildings as well on there. So we're very close to the station now. Can actually see the canopy, I think, now. Yeah. Maybe not. It's further down. Well, we're just approaching the terminus now. Delph Station. And you can see there's a lot of information about it there. It was a beautiful station, and it still is. So let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Certainly is beautiful. I can hear a dog barking. I'm not going to get into trouble here. But the platform's still there, see? The canopy's there. So that's Delph Station. And it's been done quite sympathetic. I've got a photograph of a train, I think, somewhere around about the 70s or something like that. I'll see if I can find that, put it into the video. This is a picture of Delph Station that I took around about 1970, something like that. It shows an engine there. It was Brooks #1. Now, I did read somewhere that it had come from the Hartshead station on the Michaelis line, but I never had that confirmed. But this shows a really good view of the train at the platform. There's a great view of Delph Station. And over on this side over here, sorry about the sun, but this is where the goods yard was, and quite a few sidings there. Take a look at the other part of it around the corner here. Look at the architecture there, arched windows and everything. This is a view of Delph Station in its heyday. Here's another view of Delph Station. Just to the left there you can see the Bailey Mill. This sad view of Delph Station was taken in 1964. This is long after the last train had left. This is just about the time when they took the tracks up and removed the canopy. A very sad sight indeed. How's this for a view of the station being repurposed? I would imagine this would be taken around about 1970, something like that. And it just shows the station as it was, with the canopy gone. So the canopy was obviously rebuilt later on. This view gives us a great idea of the layout of the station. In the distance you can see the Bailey Mill, and to the left that's the goods warehouse, and to the right is the station platform, which has got an old carriage in it at this particular time. And right in the foreground would have been the lines that run down to the goods warehouse and into the little station yard there. I'm now on the main A62, Oldham to Huddersfield Road, and this at one time was an entrance to the station. That was one way in there. I'll take a look over in a minute. And this is a better view of the Bailey Mill. In sunnier climes I might add as well. This is before, obviously, before it was burnt down. This view shows a new canopy that was installed to bring it back to some kind of life. You can look, it's a very, very well used. home at the moment, you can see. This is a great time warp view of the station. You can see an engine there in the platform visible. You've got a great view of the station itself, and you can see at the back where the ramp goes down to go down to the platform level. And I think the three-wheel car in the foreground is a bit of a giveaway. It's an earlier sort of photograph, this one, and the sign that's advertised there is Blackpool return. I think it's 11 shillings for the return trip to Blackpool. And that's a wonderful view, isn't it? That's where I was a moment ago, and there is also another entrance here, which you can see. Look at that, they've even got a patio on the roof. Let's take a look at the station from this side. You can see there, that's what's the steps down to the station there, and this is the rear of the station. So I think that just about concludes it now. It's been quite a journey. It's been a very fruitful journey. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. So thanks for watching, and there may be another one coming soon, you never know. Thanks again, bye.